Hey everyone! So, you're diving into cloud computing, right? And you keep hearing one word pop up everywhere. Linux. What's the big deal? Well, in this explainer, we're going to break down exactly what role Linux plays in the cloud and, why it's just so darn important. Let's get right into it.
Yeah, this is the big question, isn't it? It kind of feels like you're missing a key piece of the puzzle. You're hearing all these cool terms, AWS, Azure, containers, DevOps, but underneath everything, there's always this talk about Linux. Well, don't worry. Today, we're going to solve that mystery together.
All right, here's our game plan. We'll start with the big picture, then dig into why Linux totally dominates. We'll check out the different flavors of Linux out there, the tools that run on it, and finally, we'll talk about your first step. Sound good? Let's go.
Okay, Section 1, the big picture. Let's uncover the cloud's dominant operating system. So first things first, think about it. Cloud computing is really just using someone else's computers, these massive remote servers. And just like your own laptop needs Windows or Mac OS to even turn on, every single one of those cloud servers needs an operating system to do, well, anything. And here it is, the big reveal. The vast majority of those cloud servers, they all run on one type of operating system, Linux. Seriously, when you think cloud, you should be thinking Linux. It's not just an option, it's the option. It's the invisible engine that powers pretty much everything. And I'm not just spitballing here. Get this, over 70% of all the work happening in the cloud worldwide is powered by Linux. That is just a massive number. It's not the exception to the rule, it is the rule. Okay, and if you need one fact to really blow your mind, here it is. Microsoft, the company that makes Windows, even they run more than half of their own cloud, Azure, on Linux. I mean, think about that. You'd assume it would be all Windows, right? Nope. That just tells you everything you need to know about how essential Linux really is.
All right, Section 2, why Linux dominates. Let's look at the 5 key reasons it's the backbone of the cloud. So, the big question is, why? How did this happen? It's definitely not by accident. There are some really good reasons that make Linux the perfect choice. Let's get into them.
So here we go, the 5 big reasons. First up, and this is a huge one, it's open source and free. Imagine you're running thousands of servers, not paying a license fee for every single one. That saves you a fortune. Second, it's super stable and high performance. These servers have to run 24/7, no excuses. Linux is a workhorse, it just runs and runs. Third, security. Its whole permission system is built to be tough, which is obviously critical. Fourth, it's a chameleon. It's incredibly flexible. You can strip it down or build it up for any job, from a simple website to a massive AI project. And last but not least, the ecosystem of tools. All the cool, modern cloud-native stuff, it's all designed to work with Linux first. It's really the perfect storm.
Okay, Section 3, the cloud's Linux flavors. Time to meet the most popular distributions. Now, here's a key thing to get. Linux isn't one single thing you download. It's more like a core recipe. And different groups take that recipe and add their own ingredients. We call these different versions distributions, or distros for short.
So let's meet the most common ones you'll bump into. First, there's Ubuntu. It's super popular, really friendly for beginners, and a great all-rounder. Then you've got Amazon Linux, which is tailor-made by Amazon to run perfectly on their cloud, AWS. For big corporations that need a support contract, there's RHEL, or Red Hat Enterprise Linux. And for folks who want that same rock-solid enterprise feel without the price tag, there's Rocky Linux and Alma Linux. And finally, there's Debian, the granddaddy of stability. It's what you use when you absolutely cannot have things go wrong.
Section 4, the tools of the trade. Let's see how Linux powers modern cloud tech.
So you got to understand, Linux isn't just the operating system running in the background. It's the very foundation that all the coolest cloud technologies are built on. It's not just an actor in the play, it's the entire stage. I mean, just look at the heavy hitters. Containers, you've heard of Docker and Kubernetes, right? Those technologies literally grew out of features built into the Linux kernel itself. They are Linux native at their core. How about DevOps tools? Things like Ansible, Terraform, Jenkins, they're all most at home on Linux. And the huge explosion in big data and AI, all those powerful frameworks like Hadoop and TensorFlow, yep, they run on giant farms of Linux servers. It's everywhere. And finally, Section 5, your first step. Let's talk about why learning Linux really matters for your career in the cloud. Okay, we've covered a lot. The what, the why,
But let's bring it back to the most important thing. You. What does all this mean for your career? And where on earth do you start?
Okay, here's my single best piece of advice. If you're wondering where to start, the answer is simple. Start with Ubuntu. It's super user-friendly, the documentation is fantastic, and there are a million tutorials online. Plus, it's supported everywhere. You really can't go wrong. It's the perfect launchpad.
And I want to be absolutely 100% clear on this. Learning Linux isn't just a nice-to-have skill for your resume. It is, without a doubt, one of the most critical, most important skills you need for a career in cloud computing. It's not optional. It's essential.
So, here's the bottom line. When you start learning the Linux command line, you're not just learning an old operating system. You're learning the language of the cloud itself. You're understanding the very foundation that so much of our modern world is built on. Once you understand Linux, you understand the backbone of the cloud. It's as simple as that. So my question to you is, where are you going to start?